Large amounts of Bitcoin volatility is going to be entering the price action incredibly soon. And that is primarily due to obviously the reasons we spoke about yesterday, the inflation data coming out on Thursday, the final CPI data reading before the FOMC that's going to be taking place in 9 days and 1 hour time. So very important. I think it's going to be a very, very volatile week for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. But on top of that, we also have some technical indicators, technical patterns that showcase that a break is going to be happening on the price action, leading to a significant move relatively soon. And I want to discuss which direction I expect personally Bitcoin, and we'll talk about Ethereum too, to go towards on this video. So if that sounds interesting, as always, guys, make sure to destroy the like button to show your support and show your appreciation for these daily videos. We make videos every single day, regardless if it's a weekend, if it's a weekday, if it's a public holiday. We're here for you. And if you appreciate that, make sure to destroy the like button for more and more daily content. With that said, I don't want to steal too much of your time, so let's cover the Bitcoin analysis and then we'll go into Ethereum. So yesterday was a full moon, guys. I know you're going to make fun of me in the chats, but you know the saying. Traders trade based off of technical analysis, millionaire traders trade based off of technical analysis, and billionaire traders trade based off of astrology. And I can understand why, because when you look at the moon phases indicators, yesterday was a full moon, right? Full moon. Since November, we've had a 70% accuracy of every full moon, leading to bullish price action to the upside. There's been 3 instances out of 10 instances where price didn't go up, but 7 out of 10 times price did go up. And in trading, a 70% probability is pretty good. I mean, most traders would love a 65% or a 60% edge. But a 70% edge is a pretty phenomenal edge on the market, I would say. And doesn't mean that Bitcoin will go up now. There's a 70% probability that Bitcoin goes up over the next 4 candles. I don't like to just trade based off of moon phases, obviously. I like to incorporate that with different sets of TA and use it in some sort of consensus. And I think when we look at this short-term inverse head and shoulders and our 2 lines of resistance, it's very important that Bitcoin initially breaks above those 2 lines of resistance with confirmation, and then we can start being bullish again. Then the bullish target shifts to the Bitcoin CME gap, which we didn't create any over the last weekend, but there is still a significant CME gap at $16,735. And if we can break above the 13.4 at the end, right, that's going to be reversing the micro trend and also breaking above the inverse head and shoulders' neckline. That's what I'm personally looking for. So in terms of trading and positioning, I'm still net long. I'm not saying that we're out of the woods in my opinion yet. My stop losses are below the Bitcoin bull and bear market support band on the weekly time frame, as you guys are aware, because that would be my bear case trigger scenario. So far, I'm still long, and if we can break above, if we can break above 13.4, then I'm going to be adding to my long positions. So nothing really changing in my crypto trading at the moment. We can see that gold is surging to brand new all-time highs. My bullish pennant is gone. We actually predicted this bullish increase on continuation on gold over on the Moon Show. Anyways, it is what it is. So gold is still surging. Gold is outperforming Bitcoin. Quite unbelievable. Like it's genuinely unbelievable. We had this bullish pennant that we drew in. Gold is continuing its upwards momentum. Bitcoin hopefully can do the catch up. I would be surprised if we didn't do the catch up. I still expect one more leg to the upside for Bitcoin before topping out either by the end of this month or going to October. And then I expect a transfer of capital from Bitcoin into altcoins, then everything, including the S&P. I'm expecting a topping next year. But since liquidity will increase over time, even if we do see a 50% correction or whatever the correction is going to be, I assume that markets, I mean, Bitcoin specifically, would be rallying over the next few years. So I'm just DCing as much as I can. And that's my really long-term outlook. And we spoke about that in detail with Jamie Coots, chief crypto analyst at Real Vision. When it comes to altcoins, today's been a pretty good day for altcoins. WorldCoin, I don't know why that stupid coin. Okay, well, I think it's stupid. Doesn't mean it is actually stupid. I personally think it's stupid. It's up 43%. All right. And we can see that Ethereum is not doing so much. We're trying to break above this symmetrical triangles resistance. It's not happening yet. Look, in terms of my Ethereum positioning, I'm still very much long on Ethereum. I'm not changing my Ethereum positioning. I'm still long. I'm still dollar cost averaging. I wouldn't be surprised if a drop to $4,000 again to find some support. I wouldn't be surprised. However, I'm not planning on, just going 100x long now. That's not what I'm assuming. That's not what I'm trying to do. Specifically, when the Ethereum Foundation is selling Ethereum and whales are starting to sell some Ethereum, I'm not going long. I'm not opening new longs right now. Will I be buying Ethereum when we drop, or if we drop? Yes, at 3.9 of a limit position. I'll probably add another one at 4K if we see that drop. So look, if Ethereum continues to run, amazing. The time to buy was when we were down there at 1.5, 1.6, when we were talking about buying and doing these buys on the videos and live shows. I don't think now is the time really to let's see. I would still anticipate a correction. Time will tell. We will also see large volatility on Ethereum very soon, and we can analyze that over the next few days. I think everything will just lie down to CPI and FOMC, and then we'll see that big break. But overall, long term for Ethereum, just like how I'm bullish on Bitcoin, I think Ethereum can catch up with Bitcoin and go to $8,000. There's always a lag. Bitcoin always runs first. That's the white line. Then Ethereum follows. Last cycle, Bitcoin always runs first. Then Ethereum follows. This cycle, I think, is going to be the same. We have some Bitcoin news. So President Bukele bought 21 Bitcoin in celebration of 4 years of making Bitcoin a legal tender in the country. Saylor announced a pretty good buy of, it was around $400 million, but Saylor Tracker for some reason is not loading. So they bought a good amount of Bitcoin. MSTR unfortunately isn't performing because they weren't able to make it to the S&P 500. USDT got a lot of FUD. They were, people were criticizing them for selling Bitcoin, but actually they didn't sell their Bitcoin. They only transferred the Bitcoin to Jack Mallers' 21 Capital. Kazakhstan's president announced that they're going to be doing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Metaplanet bought $15.2 million of Bitcoin. Harvard Business created an article saying that, does Bitcoin belong on your balance sheet? And they've said quite bullish things. A big 180 to just 2-3 weeks ago when a Harvard professor deemed Bitcoin worthless. And billionaire founder of EasyJet is going to launch a Bitcoin company. So great stuff. We're also seeing the market structure bills draft getting good positive reviews that will enable institutional adoption into crypto. And the NASDAQ mentioned that they're going to be filing an SEC proposal to amend rules to enable trading of securities listed on NASDAQ in traditional digital or tokenized form, which is great for coins like Ethereum that facilitate such tokenization. So with that said, guys, that is pretty much the update for today. Nothing insane. Most of the time, unfortunately, Bitcoin and crypto, they do nothing. And then in a very short period of time, you see massive appreciations or massive downwards price movements. It's just a matter of catching where you are in the cycle, staying in the game every single day, giving it all you got, and reaping the rewards when the rewards are due. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. And as always, have a fantastic day. And I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Bye-bye, guys.